Breaking news that nobody saw coming but everybody will be talking about for years. In an industry already fueled by scandals, betrayals, and explosive meltdowns, this one is the most shocking of all. Spice has just detonated a bombshell so massive it threatens to dismantle Saucy Santana's entire empire. The Queen of Dancehall didn't just clap back, she ripped the curtain wide open and exposed the chilling truth behind Zell's mysterious and sudden departure from Santana's side. For weeks, fans speculated. For months, whispers spread through Atlanta's nightlife. From dark VIP lounges to private Instagram DMIs that mysteriously vanished minutes after being posted. But now, Spice has made it loud, raw, and undeniable. She claims to have the real reason Zell packed up, cut ties, and walked away, shattering the image Santana built for the cameras. What if I told you that leaked recordings exist? Heated late-night arguments? What if I told you that confidential texts between Zell and Spice reveal a betrayal so deep it could destroy careers? And what if I told you that this isn't just about friendship? It's about lies, manipulation, money, and secrets that cut right to the bone of love and hip-hop's biggest personalities. Tonight, we dive into the chaos, the explosive words, Spice, hurled at Santana, the cryptic things Zell said before vanishing, and the shocking celebrity reactions flooding social media. Buckle up, because by the end of this, you'll never look at Santana or Zell the same way again. It was supposed to be another glittering night in the world of love and hip-hop. It's a kind of night where egos clash, cameras roll, and every second drips with potential scandal. But no one, absolutely no one expected Spice to drop the kind of truth bomb that would shake the foundation of Atlanta's entire entertainment scene. The Queen of Dancehall, the woman who never bites her tongue, decided she had seen enough. And in one fiery moment, she exposed Saucy Santana for what she claims is the real, unfiltered, undeniable reason Zell finally walked away. The fallout was immediate, the reactions explosive, and the receipts so. The receipts are already going viral. The tension had been simmering for weeks. Zell and Santana had been inseparable, parading through events arm in arm, serving, matching. Fitz posting playful videos on Instagram that had fans hashtagging #friendship-goals. But suddenly, without warning, Zell was gone. No more tags. No more appearances. No more cryptic posts with Santana lurking in the background. Zell's absence was louder than any words he could have posted. And while Santana tried to downplay it with his usual flamboyant confidence, fans knew something was off. Then Spice came along, and she turned speculation into fire. It all started during a heated Instagram live session. Spice, draped in her signature blue wig, sat in front of her ring light with a glass of wine and a phone blowing up with notifications. Viewers thought she'd be clapping back at her usual list of rivals, but instead, she locked her eyes on the camera and said one line that sent shockwaves through the industry. "Santana, stop lying on Zell's name. You know exactly why he left you, and now everybody else gonna know too." The comments section exploded instantly. What did she say? Drop the receipts, Queen, not Spice, spilling the tea on live. Within seconds, Spice's live was being screen recorded, shared to Twitter, blasted across fan pages, and dissected by gossip bloggers who could smell the chaos brewing. But Spice wasn't done. She leaned forward, voice low but sharp, her Jamaican accent cutting like a blade. "You see, Zell ain't just leave for no fashion or no music clash. He leave 'cause he find out things that wouldn't make anybody run. You've been using him, Santana, manipulating him, making him cover your tracks while you out here playing dirty behind the cameras." The crowd gasped even, though they weren't. Physically in the room, the energy was so raw it felt like the walls of Instagram were about to shatter. Spice wasn't simply hinting, she was accusing Santana of orchestrating a web of lies that Zell refused to be a part of anymore. She said Zell had come to her in private, desperate, venting about how Santana would drag him into schemes, force him to defend his name, and even use him as a shield when ugly rumors surfaced online. You never see Zell defending Santana on Mod Twitter like his life depend on it. That's because Santana made him do it, Spice claimed, sipping her wine as if every sentence wasn't igniting an inferno across social media. And then came the first receipt. Spice held up her phone to the camera, scrolling through what appeared to be leaked screenshots of messages between her and Zell. The messages, time-stamped weeks before Zell went silent, painted a picture of a man torn apart by loyalty and betrayal. In one alleged text, Zell wrote, "I can't keep covering for him, Spice. It's too much. He lies, then expects me to clean it up. I'm done looking like the clown." In another, he allegedly said, "If people find out what he did in Miami, it's over for him. I ain't going down with him." The words hit like dynamite. Viewers immediately began demanding to know what Miami referred to. Was it a scandalous hookup? A financial scheme? A violent altercation? Spice didn't answer directly, but she smirked, letting the suspense drive her audience wild. "Let's just say Miami was the last straw," she teased. And Zell told me himself he would never forgive Santana for that night. By this point, social media was in absolute chaos. Twitter timelines flooded with theories. TikTok detectives began analyzing Zell's old posts for hidden clues. And Instagram blogs with millions of followers were posting side-by-side comparisons of Spice's live with old clips of Santana and Zell, hashtags like #SantanaExposed, #Zell left for areas on, and #SpiceGotReceipts began trending within hours. But the drama didn't stop at fan speculation. Celebrities started chiming in too. One rapper, who asked to remain anonymous, reportedly told a gossip blog, "Zell been holding Santana down for years. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for him to break away. Another Love and Hip?" Hop alum tweeted cryptically, "Woo child, the way these receipts about to blow up careers." Meanwhile, Santana fired back on his own Instagram stories. In a series of heated posts, he called Spice a washed-up has-been, desperate for attention, and accused her of lying for clout. He posted videos of himself dancing in his living room, laughing and blasting Nicki Minaj tracks as if to show he was unbothered. But fans weren't buying it. "This is the same playbook every time," one commenter wrote. "Deflect with jokes, but never address the accusations." Another replied, "If Spice lying, why is she showing texts?" And then came the most explosive twist of all. An anonymous insider leaked an alleged voicemail recording Zell's voice, shaky but clear, venting about Santana. In the clip, Zell allegedly said, "I don't care what he says about me, I had to leave. That man ain't right. Y'all gonna see one day. He manipulates people. He manipulates me. I couldn't breathe no more." Spice was the only one who listened. Leak went viral instantly. Fans flooded comment sections with shock and heartbreak. "Zell really said this. Oh my God, if this is real," Santana finished. "Spice wasn't lying after all." Even mainstream media outlets began reporting on the feud, with headlines like "Love and Hip Hop implodes as Spice exposes." Santana-Zell fallout. The first chapter of this scandal had already delivered everything: betrayal, receipts, leaked audio, and a war of words between two of reality TV's biggest stars. But as the live ended, Spice left viewers with one final cliffhanger. Her voice cold and steady. "Santana, I only told half the story. Zell told me things that would finish you if they ever come out. And if you push me, I'll tell it ALL." The internet nearly broke. Clips of that sentence alone racked up millions of views across TikTok and Twitter. Fans begged Spice to reveal more, while Santana's defenders scrambled to discredit her. And Zell, silent, completely silent. Which only made it all worse. Because in the world of celebrity gossip, silence is never just silence, it's guilt. It's fear or it's preparation for something even bigger. And just like that, the stage was set for the next act of the drama. The world knew the cracks in Santana's empire were real. The only question now was just how deep those cracks went and whether Spice was really ready to unleash the rest of her ammunition. But little did anyone know, the next leak would make this already nuclear scandal even more explosive. The fallout from Spice's Instagram Live hadn't even cooled down before the second wave of chaos hit. Within 24 hours, what started as a messy feud had mutated into a full-blown scandal with layers nobody saw coming. Zell was still silent, Santana was still trying to laugh it off, and Spice wasn't done. She'd only cracked the surface. The next round of leaks, the whispers from inside Santana's own circle, and the public meltdowns that followed would make the Atlanta streets feel like a war zone. The first spark came when a shady Twitter account, it's one of those burner pages that seem to know everything before the blogs, dropped a voice note allegedly from Zell himself. It wasn't the same voicemail, Spice teased. No, this one was darker. In the leaked audio, Zell's voice trembled with anger. He made me do things I never wanted to do. He said if I didn't back him, I'd never work in Atlanta again. I had to cut ties or I was done. Y'all don't understand, he plays dirty. The internet erupted. Fans replayed the voice note over and over, dissecting every syllable, comparing the tone and cadence to Zell's old videos to confirm it was real. TikTok exploded with lip syncs and breakdowns. Twitter ran with it, sparking hashtags like #Santana exposed and #justice for Zell. The phrase "he plays dirty" became a meme overnight. But what made it even more damning was the timing. Just hours before the leak, Santana had posted a story of himself sipping champagne, blasting Spice for making up fairy tales. Now, fans were asking, if it's all lies, then why does Zell's voice sound so broken? And then Spice doubled down the next day. She jumped back on live, this time looking deadly serious. No wine in her hand, no jokes in her tone. Since Santana want to act like I'm clout chasing, she said, her eyes piercing through the screen. Let me drop a little more tea. Zell told me Santana used his name on contracts, put him in situations he didn't even know about. And when it all went wrong, Santana had the nerve to blame him. Imagine being dragged down by somebody else's mess. She held up her phone, again flashing another alleged screenshot. This one looked like a contract, Santana's name blurred, but Zell's right there in black and white. Receipts don't lie, Spice said coldly. People do. By this point, the chaos had grown too big to contain. Blogs were pumping out updates by the hour. YouTube commentary channels dropped 10-minute breakdowns with titles like "The Real Reason Zell Left Santana Receipts Explained." Twitter Spaces ran all night with fans debating whether Santana's career could survive this. Even celebrities outside the love and hip-hop universe chimed in. One R&B singer tweeted, "If you've ever worked with him, UKNOW Zell, telling the truth." Another Atlanta rapper posted a cryptic Instagram story. When people show you who they are, believe them. #Zell. But while Spice and the blogs turned up the heat, Santana tried to spin the narrative. He went live too, dancing in front of his neon pink lights, face beat, nails glittering, voice dripping with shade. Y'all believe anything that woman says, he sneered. Me and Zell, still good? He just mad I wouldn't co-sign his weak fashion line. Spice been hating since day one. She want my spotlight? But baby, I shine too bright. The comment section wasn't buying it. Thousands of people spammed his "live with LIAR" and "where's the contract" and "free Zell." Clips of Santana mocking the situation only made things worse. Fans accused him of gaslighting Zell, of hiding behind his flamboyant persona to deflect real allegations. "This ain't cute no more," one fan tweeted. "This is manipulation. This is scary." And then came the betrayal from within Santana's own camp. A stylist who once worked with him anonymously leaked to a gossip site that Zell had indeed been covering for Santana for months. Zell wasn't just a friend, the insider claimed. He was his cleanup man. Every time Santana got messy weather, it was with money, boys, or beef. Zell was the one fixing it. Kay was tired. He said he felt like a shield instead of a friend. The stylist even claimed to have text messages between Zell and Santana, where Zell wrote, "I'm not your scapegoat. I can't keep doing this." Santana allegedly replied, "If you love me, you'll ride for me." Those messages haven't been fully confirmed, but the gossip site swore up and down they had them. And fans, they believed it, because the story fit too perfectly with what Spice had already revealed. Social media turned into a battlefield. Zell's fan base and Spice's besties rallied behind them, blasting Santana as a manipulator. Santana's defenders fought back, insisting Spice was orchestrating the whole thing to stay relevant. Twitter threads compared it to past love and hip-hop scandals, pointing out how quickly reputations can crumble when real receipts hit the internet. Meanwhile, Zell stayed silent, posting nothing, liking nothing, avoiding every camera in Atlanta. His silence was deafening, fueling the idea that Spice was telling the truth and he just wasn't ready to add fuel to the fire himself. Fans started trending, "Speak Zell, speak" on Twitter, begging him to confirm the rumors. Some even flooded his old Instagram comments, "We stand with you. You don't owe us an explanation, but we believe you." Protect Zell at all costs, but Spice wasn't about to let things cool down. She dropped yet another bombshell during a radio interview. "I ain't even say the worst part yet," she told the host. "Let me tell you, Zell found out Santana was messing with somebody too close for comfort." And that's when he said enough. The studio fell silent. The host's eyes widened. "Too close for comfort? You mean like family?" Spice smirked. "I never say family. I say too close. You connect the dots." That one sentence sent the rumor mill into overdrive. Fans speculated endlessly. Was Santana creeping with someone in Zell's circle? Was it business related? Was it romantic betrayal? Twitter threads went wild with theories, some even pulling out old paparazzi photos of Santana with various men and asking, was this the one? By the end of the week, the scandal wasn't just love and hip-hop gossip anymore. Mainstream outlets like TMZ and Bet picked it up. It's the headline: Spice accuses Saucy Santana of manipulating Zell, dropping explosive receipts. Santana's team tried to issue a statement, dismissing the claims as baseless lies meant to smear his name, but the damage was already done. His credibility was shredded, his fans divided, and his silence on the alleged contract and leaked voice notes spoke louder than anything he could post. And as if things couldn't get more dramatic, a clip began circulating on Twitter of Zell at a private party weeks earlier. In the clip, Zell can be heard muttering to someone off camera, "I can't do this no more. Santana's toxic. Y'all don't even know half of it." The clip wasn't new, but now, with Spice's allegations, it looked like the missing puzzle piece. Fans flooded the comments. "He'd been trying to tell us." This was a warning. But Spice wasn't finished. Toward the end of her radio interview, she leaned into the mic with a smirk. "Y'all think Zell left because of one thing? No, he left because of everything. And if Santana don't shut up, the next thing I reveal will finish him for good." Host tried to press her for more, but Spice only laughed, stood up, and left the studio. And with that, she lit the match for the next explosion. The internet begged for more. Santana's team scrambled to do damage control. Zell still silent. And the cliffhanger Spice left dangling was enough to keep the entire industry holding its breath. Because if what she revealed next really was worse than everything so far, then Santana's empire wasn't just cracking, it was about to collapse completely. The internet barely had time to process Spice's radio interview before the next phase of the storm ripped through Atlanta. Everyone was waiting, holding their breath for Spice's so-called final bombshell. But nobody expected just how devastating it would be. It began with a DM leak. It's a gossip blog known for never missing a beat, posted screenshots of alleged Instagram messages between Zell and Zell and another cast member. The messages were raw, emotional, and damning. In them, Zell wrote, "He crossed the line. He went behind my back with someone I trusted. I'm done covering for him. I'm done being humiliated." The reply came from the friend. "You gotta get out before he drags you down too." The screenshots spread like wildfire, fueling theories that Santana had gotten involved with someone close to Zellweger, a friend, a fling, or worse. Fans tore through the internet trying to match names and faces. Within hours, 3 different people were trending, each accused of being the one Santana had betrayed. Zell with Dot. But then Spice herself confirmed it without naming names on Instagram stories. She posted a cryptic black screen with white letters. "Imagine losing your man and your bag to the same person. Wouldn't you leave too?" The story vanished after 24 hours, but by then, the screenshots were everywhere. The narrative had shifted. This wasn't just about manipulation or contracts. This was betrayal at the deepest level, and the tension hit its peak when Zell finally broke his silence. No polished interview, no staged live, just a shaky late night iPhone video that hit Twitter like a thunderbolt. In the clip, Zell sat in the dark, hoodie pulled low, eyes red like he'd been crying. His voice cracked as he said, "Y'all been asking why I left? It's the truth. I left to save myself. I left because I couldn't watch somebody I loved play me in public and in private. I left because Santana ain't the person y'all think he is. He ain't no friend, ain't no partner. It's poison. It's poison." The video was short, just under 2 minutes, but it was enough to break the internet. Zell didn't drop names, didn't waive receipts, but the pain in his voice spoke louder than any proof. Fans flooded him with support. "We believe you. Protect Zell. You don't owe us details. We know the truth already." Meanwhile, Santana's meltdown was impossible to ignore. Hours after Zell's video dropped, Santana went live again, this time in full tears, mascara streaking down his face, his voice shrill with rage. "Y'all really gonna believe him over me? Zell ain't nothing without me. I put him on. I gave him a platform. This is how he repay me." He slammed his drink down mid-rant, the sound echoing through the live. But instead of sympathy, the comments were merciless. "You sound guilty. Why so defensive? Zellbin said you were toxic." The live went viral, but for all the wrong reasons. Fans clipped the breakdown, turning it into TikTok memes, sound bites, and remixes. Santana's crying face was plastered across every corner of social media. Even celebrities who had once defended him were now pulling back. One tweeted, "Sometimes silence is better, 'cause this ain't it." Another posted a shady quote, "When the mask slips, the truth shows." But the true nail in the coffin came from Spice herself. The queen of dancehall wasn't done stirring the pot. During a late-night session on Twitter Spaces with thousands of fans tuned in, she unleashed the most shocking revelation yet. Y'all want the real reason Zell left Santana? It wasn't just the contracts, it wasn't just the betrayal. It was the threat. Zell told me straight Santana looked him dead in the face one night and said, "If you walk away from me, I'll destroy you. Nobody will work with you again." That's why he stayed as long as he did. That's why he finally broke. And that's why he's speaking out now, because he's done being scared. The room went silent. Fans couldn't believe what they were hearing. A threat from Santana. It painted everything in a darker, more sinister light. People replayed the clip of Spice saying it, dissecting every word, every inflection, convinced this was the missing piece of the puzzle. And the fallout was immediate. Santana's sponsors started backing out quietly. A brand collaboration he had teased weeks before suddenly scrubbed his image from their socials. A big-name festival dropped him from their lineup without explanation. His empire was crumbling in real time, while Spice and Zell stood taller with every passing day. But the chaos didn't stop there. A shocking recording leaked on TikTok next. An alleged argument between Zell and Santana caught on someone's phone. The audio was muffled, but Santana's voice was unmistakable, screaming, "You think you can walk away from me? You'll be nothing without me." Zell's voice came back, broken but firm. "I'd rather be nothing than yours." That one clip destroyed whatever was left of Santana's credibility. Fans rallied harder than ever behind Zell, praising his strength for walking away. Spice reposted the clip with a single caption, "Receipts never lie." By now, the feud had grown beyond ATL. Blogs across the country, even international outlets, were covering it. The headlines screamed betrayal, manipulation, and abuse of power. Some fans even compared it to the biggest celebrity scandals of the decade. It wasn't just reality TV anymore. It was a cultural moment, and in the middle of it all, Zell stepped back into the spotlight, not as Santana's sidekick. Not as a background character, but as a man finally owning his truth. He posted a professional photo of himself in a sharp suit captioned, "New chapter, no more chains." The comments were flooded with love, support, and encouragement. Santana, meanwhile, grew quieter. His lives stopped. His posts became erratic, vague captions about fake friends and real haters. But the damage was done. The empire he built on being untouchable, unbothered, and unshakable was now in ruins. And Spice. She stood victorious, reminding the world why nobody should ever underestimate her. Because, in the end, the real reason Zell left Santana wasn't just one thing. It was everything. The contracts, the betrayal, the threats, the manipulation. The love turned toxic. And once Spice ripped the lid off, there was no going back. The cliffhanger? Spice hinted one last time that she wasn't even done yet. On Instagram Live, smirking at the camera, she said, "Y'all think you know it all now? Baby, I got one more secret that'll make the whole house fall down, but I'll save it for the reunion." And with that, the industry held its breath. Again. And there you have it, the scandal that has taken over Atlanta. The reality TV world and social media feeds across the globe. Spice didn't just throw shade, she tore the roof off the entire house and exposed truths so raw they've left fans reeling, Santana spiraling, and Zell finally stepping into his own power. But if you think this story is finished, think again. Because Spice has promised that the next revelation will shatter everything we thought we knew. And the reunion episode might just become the most explosive showdown in love and hip-hop history. So, now I need to hear from you. Do you believe Zell's confession that he was manipulated and threatened behind the scenes? Do you think Santana is truly guilty of betrayal, or is this a setup to drag him down just as he was hitting his peak? And what about Spice? Did she do this to protect Zell, or is she playing the ultimate game of power herself? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Don't just watch this drama, be a part of it. Smash that like button if you're riding with Zell, and subscribe so you don't miss the next bombshell. Because when Spice finally unleashes her one last secret, you're going to want to be the first to hear it. Trust me, this story isn't just messy, it's history in the making. And if you blink, you'll miss the moment the entire empire comes crashing down.